valuable so people will want to work with you. The money we get paid is a reflection of the value we create for our customers. So it's important to be an expert, to have actual market information customers want to choose you as the agent to list or sell property. Most real estate agents are hesitant to call friends and family when they start. And the reason is subconsciously they don't think they know anything. What can you do to turbocharge your learning so you can be valuable so people want to work with you? I'm going to show you how for free within 30 days you can be the market expert in any local market and use that to propel your business. I'm Bill Gross, I'm a real estate broker here in Los Angeles with eXp Realty. I'm at Bill Gross eXp on social media. I have a team of 40 agents. I'm building a national team of real estate agents who want to help build their business. We're going to go through step by step what I recommend to be the market expert in your local market. So the first step I want to say is, the first activity is you have to pick your local market. It should be really no more than 2,000 homes, because a home is going to turn over every, on a low average 20 years, better average 10 years. If you have 2,000 homes, that means there can be anywhere from, if you have 2,000 homes, anywhere from 100, 200 sales a year. Your goal, you can't get more than 10% of that. So that means your goal would be to get 10 of those homes possibly if you're a great agent, and which you can get that goal in a couple of years' time. I'm going to show you how to do that. But pick your market area. Should be about 2,000. It should not be more than a zip code. That's too much. Now, I'm in a very tight inventory area in West LA, so maybe mine's a little bigger, a full zip code, depending on where you are. So number one, pick your area. Number two, schedule your time. You need to schedule time in your calendar every week for seeing broker open houses if they have them in your area. Open houses, they're open to the public. Usually there's one day of the week, which is most common. And three, setting up your data, doing your reports, and contacting agents to set up your showings. And then four, finally, seeing properties are not available open house, whether you're seeing them, previewing them, lockbox, or just driving by. That has to be in your calendar every week. You have the time to do that. This is the most important activity you have other than writing and negotiating contracts, is seeing property. So again, in your calendar, block out. In my market area, open houses are on Sunday, not Saturday. Now, this time of the year, they are 1 to 5. So it should be in your calendar every Sunday. High priority. I don't care about family time. I don't care about football games. During that time slot, you got to go out and see all the property you can. Brokers opens in my area are Tuesdays, 11 to 2. You got to block out that time to go out and see as many properties as are available to expand your knowledge. And then finally, you're going to block out time to do the statistical work, calling the agents and setting up your showings, and going out driving and seeing property. All that's in your calendar. Now, how do you find the properties to look at? Well, let's go into the MLS. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is my MLS. I'm at themls.com or Vesta Plus. They're all a little different, but they're all somewhat similar concepts. So we're going to go in and we're going to search. In my case, I'm going to pick the zip code 90035. And you are going to see the properties. I'm going to pick all the active statuses as well as sold, expired, canceled, and withdrawn. And in my market area for single family homes, there's a total of 55 properties, of which about 13, 14, 15 are in various stages of open available property. Now, you can view the listings, and it pulls up what's called this default one-line report. But what I've done is that you can use, with help from your MLS help desk, create a customized showing. And what I do is it gives me the status, address, MLS, and listing price first, and then the other key information. And then it includes, as well as the showing contact information, and then notes regarding the showings, meaning if it's on a lockbox, it will say drive-by only, so I know that I'm not going to find a way to get in there. It gives the comments right from the MLS right there. Now, what I want to tell you is, once you have this information, your job is to go see every one of these properties. I made it easy for myself when I started doing this, was I could select them all, choose export it in CSV format. It would download, and I could upload the data back. Now I can even copy and paste this and put this into a spreadsheet. And what you want to do is create a spreadsheet. In this case, I have all this data, and I'm going to copy and paste it. Oops. I only need the information of the status and the address and the price and MLS number. And I created this spreadsheet called Market Expert Process Tracking. And I can go in here under Preview List. And here's the status, and I'm going to paste it all. And I can put today's date, 5/2. And if I do that, I will have a spreadsheet of all the properties I want to see now. Oops. All the properties I'm going to see and the statuses. Now, I want to see the active ones first. So you can see based on this list, so actives go down to line 14, which means there's 13 actives. If I saw 5 a day, I can knock that out this week. And then I'm going to see the under contract, because that's when I know is close to the right price. Then I'm going to see the pending, because I know that's close to the right price. And then I'm going to see the other inventory. The expireds are likely to come back. The cancels are likely to come back. Not only that, if I have a buyer and the property is perfect for them and expired or canceled, I might then go back and contact the listing agent or the seller directly to resell the property. So what we're going to do is we're going to list these properties, and then we're going to make a list of when we drive by them, when we get inside them. We want to, one of the challenges real estate agents have is creating content. Well, what obvious better content is there than going inside a listing? And so we want to ask the listing agent for permission, ideally get a record of it via email or text, to video the property so you can video yourself previewing each of these properties, put them on your social media. And then when you're done previewing the property on the inside, you want to put down your estimated sales price and days on market. Why is that important? Because you want to learn, you're going to see, here's the listed for 1.150. You're going to walk through that and go, wow, I think that's a great property. I think it's going to sell for that price right away. And so you might put down that number, and you might put days on market, let's say 14. You come back a week or two later and notice, well, it really sold, or maybe a week or two later, it'll sell maybe 60 days later. But you want to go back and once a month update your information so you can learn how far off you were. You start getting a feel for the market, not based on just your feeling, not based on a intuition, which is important, but actual data. And over time, if you had this list of all the properties you've seen, and with your estimate at the time of what you saw, and the actual sales price, who's going to be the market expert? So what you're going to do is you want to make the list of all the properties that are available, and then your goal is to see at least 5 a day. Now, in this case, there's 50 properties on that list. So really, by the end of 2 weeks, you'd have seen all of these. Plus, now you have to add in new active listings. Probably next week, there'll be another 5 or so or 10. So you want to add those as well. You're constantly adding new active listings to your list. Start with the actives, go with the under contract and pending, and then when you copy that, go by and start seeing the sold, so you see the actual, what they sold for, how long they were in the market, and then you'll really understand what the market value is. Now, can you imagine, at the end of 30 days, if you've seen every single active listing, every under contract, every pending, everything that's sold in the prior 30 days, you'd seen those properties, you'd be the only agent in your market who's done that. Now, the other thing I recommend is put the weekly stats. So in this case, I'm going to go back here to my search criteria. And as of today, we can see there are, gosh, my eyesight is so good, 13 active listings. So I would go to my spreadsheet and put today's date. And I would put 13 active listings. And I would put 1 under contract, 1 pending. Now, this is sold last 30 days, and this statistic by default is the last 90 days. So I'm going to change that to the last 30 days. And change that to the last 30 days. Change that to the last 30 days. And change that to the last 30 days. Now, in the last 30 days, we had 8 sales. And so by noting that, and then we had how many expired? 2. But notice I have 8 sales, 13 active listings, which means that I have a little over 1.5 months inventory, right? If 8 sell a month, I only have 13. I even have 2 months worth of inventory. Important statistic to know. But we want to track this weekly at a minimum, so we see those fluctuations as soon as it starts to change. When sales stop closing, you're going to notice right away. Now, 1 or 2 sales are going to throw this number off quite a bit, but you want to pay attention to that market, have your thumb on the pulse in a way that no other agent does. So here's what I tell you. If you previewed every property for the next 30 days, that you could. In this case, you'd see all the active listings within the first 2 weeks, and then from then on, start going back and researching history, plus you would have an alert for any new active listings in your market to add to that, so you see all them as well. If you can get into them at the open house, into them at the broker open house, set up a showing with the agent, get it on lockbox, Worst case, drive by the property and ask the listing agent for permission to shoot the video. And you shot 10 videos a week, 5 videos a week of properties in your market area. You would quickly become the market expert. You'd feel comfortable and confident about writing contracts, about talking to customers about their business. Yes, it's only this one market area, but here's the thing I want you to know. When you're a market expert in one area, people perceive you're at least competent in the others. And so if everybody you know knows your market area, say in my area of Pico Robertson, they're going to assume you can sell a house in Westwood or other places. Also, as you get caught up here, you might want to broaden out and add a new area once a month or once a quarter to add to your area of expertise over time. This is the process to become an expert. If I can help you, reach out. I'm at Bill Gross, EXP. Make today your